one of those songs from the new record is "Shake It," and I assume
Yeah.
from hearing the track several times that
Yeah.
Sly and Robbie must have had a hand
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
track. And does Ladyhawke come out of the Jamaican scene? Like, is she?
Yeah, yeah. Lady Saw is
So sorry,
yeah, it's
Lady
okay.
Saw.
Lady Saw is she's pretty much the queen of dance hall. Like
Right.
as dance hall music was developing, she was the first female artist to really get out there, and I mean she's had a long career, but she's not really well known outside of Jamaica. She was on the song "Underneath It All" that No Doubt had put out. It was a massive hit song. Um, but I really love dance hall music as an art form, and I'm not always crazy about what they call slackness, all the gang banging talk and
Right.
whatever. But I love the music as an art form, and Lady Saw is somebody who really kind of carries that sort of like this music is about us having fun. It's about us dancing. It's about us being there for each other as a community, and that's why I really wanted her on the track, and she just lights it up. Yeah.
There's some pretty big guitar licks in this record too,
Yeah,
which is a difference for you. Like, how does it all come together? I mean, as an artist, you're constantly evolving, and whether you're hearing new things or wanting to do new things with your music, whether it's you or your producers, but there's some pretty big licks on this record.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a stadium record, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
is that the goal, that you're going to start maybe playing some stadiums or larger venues?
Well, we did this whole arena tour with John Mayer, and as we were getting out before the tour, I said, I want songs that sound good in an arena. I want that kind of just like four on the floor beat, those long notes on the guitar, and those long notes that you can sing, and things that are easy for people to chant, and sing along to, and so we did kind of design it to be that way. And I've always loved music that every like big groups of people can sing,
Right.
and that's kind of our litmus test. We think as we're in the studio, we're like, okay, if I was at this show and I had just had like one too many beers and I was there with my buddies and we were all kind of arm in arm, could I sing this song? And there is there only like three words in the chorus,
Right.
and are the notes really simple? And that's how we write our songs. We want them to be like that. But at the same time, we want the lyrics throughout the rest of the song to have meaning, so that when you do go home and you do listen to it in your iPod, that you can sit there by yourself and really go someplace meaningful with it.
We ask everybody who sits down with us to talk about some of the things that are on their iPod. What are some of the things that you listen to when you just want to get away from it all and just tune out and listen to some
Well,
cool
I love
things?
storytellers, like if I'm just trying to just completely chill out, I listen to like a lot of old school reggae. I listen to Johnny Cash. I listen to John Lennon, Beatles,
Is there
Marvin
one,
Gaye.
is there one favorite record that you always
I,
go back to time and time again?
I don't know if I have one favorite record, but I think that probably the stuff that gets played the most is like just the old school reggae,
Right.
because it's just got this sound to it that you know it sounds so organic, but it can pump over like a sound system.
Right.
You can, the bass just thumps on it, and really the only music that sounds that way today is stuff that's made electronically.
Right.
And so I'm always just fascinated. Every time I hear those old songs, I'm thinking, what was it like to be in the studio, with Lee Perry,
Right. I was gonna.
or somebody like that. And I get, takes me away somewhere.
So and reggae as an art form in popular culture now, whether it's your music or the Marley brothers,
Yeah.
Stephen or Damien now, and Matisyahu too,
Yeah.
who's got that thing going
Yeah.
on. It seems to have a bit of a renaissance, right?
Yeah.
In pop culture.
Yeah. And there's other bands like Revolution and Soulja who are coming up now that are having huge live followings, even like Sublime, or like oh God, what's that other band? It'll come to me. But there is this new resurgence of reggae, and I think it has something to do with what we were just talking about, which is that it's music that you can dance to, but it's played with live instruments.
Right.
And people go to the shows and they really get into it. And you know, when like I've you know seen a Modest Yahoo show where people who are there are so transformed by the music, and yet they don't even realize that it's reggae. You know,
Right.
they're just transformed by this music. And then they become fans, and then they go back and they start discovering there's this whole history and foundation of music that's there. That's for, and I think that's another reason why kids get into it. You know.
Yeah, totally. Sound of Sunshine comes out towards the end of the summer, right?
Yeah,
and
August.
you're gonna be touring all summer and probably doing a ton of festival dates.
Yeah.
And any time for you to just chill out and relax in the fall?
Well, in the fall we're going to tour some more because the record will have just come out. This year is a pretty busy year
Right.
for me, but when I am off, I like to go to Bali.
Really?
I've built a yoga retreat center in Bali. I practice yoga every day, and so we've opened up this center there that people can go to and just be out in the jungle, eat coconuts, practice yoga, surf. You know,
Awesome. Tough
and,
life.
Yeah, yeah. And it's where we started making this record. So it's a place that is like a fertile musical place for me too. So when I'm off the road, it's not like I ever really rest. I'm always writing, and music is such a big part of my life. It's people say, what would you do if you know weren't doing music professionally? I'd said I would do music in my house. You know,
Right.
I would do it unprofessionally, which I've often been accused of anyway.
Cool. Thanks so much for taking the time, man.
Yeah,
Continued
thank you, Aaron.
success. Really
Yeah,
appreciate it.
thanks
and,
a lot.
We'll see you again real soon.
Yeah, right
Cheers.
on. Cool.